You know, I have used a couple of cheap drones before and my experience was kind of bad because those drones didn't offer the best flying experience. The Chinese company DJI has become the household name in the drone industry, but the problem is that these toys are usually not cheap. The Spark is the most affordable DJI's drone yet, as it costs as low as $500 US. It has a lot of cool features, but it also has some caveats to consider. My name is Linus, stay tuned to find out if this drone is any good and if it is worth the price. You will be surprised by how tiny this drone is, and that is obvious by a compact and quite a sturdy carrying case the Spark comes in. Besides the drone, you get a pair of spare propellers, USB cable, a charger, some paperwork, and just one battery that is really disappointing. To make the drone flying experience better, I also got a remote controller that I bought separately for more than $150 and propeller guards for $30. If you buy the Fly Me More combo for $700, both of these items and a lot more extras are included. In fact, I highly recommend you spending extra for that Fly Me More combo as it offers a much better value, but more on that later on. I knew that the Spark was tiny, but it is actually even smaller in person and it weighs just 300 grams. As usual to DJI's products, you get what you pay for in terms of the overall build quality and design. The Sparky is solid and well constructed, and it uses a high quality plastic shell. Yes, I use the propeller guards all the time because I'm a novice user. I hit the trees a couple of times and even crashed the drone on the hard concrete, but the Spark almost looks as new. A 12 megapixels camera is mounted on a 2-axis mechanical gimbal to help you get that smooth 1080p footage, which is shot at 30 frames per second. The drone is equipped with a bunch of sensors that are used for obstacle avoidance system, but they also let you control the drone by gestures and motions. That means that you don't even need your phone or a controller, which sounds amazing, right? In practice, things don't always work that well and the drone is inconsistent. Well, my friend Dave and I probably need more practice with these gestures, as sometimes they worked, but sometimes they didn't. The drone can take off from your palm if you place it with the camera facing towards you at the eye level and double tap the power button. You can also use the palm land feature that again does not always work, but when it works it's just awesome. I believe it can be useful if you are, for example, in the boat. With the palm control feature, you can control the aircraft like a Jedi. If you wave a couple of times, the drone will start following you automatically, but in our case it started following me instead of Dave. There are some other cool gestures, but again, you may need some more practice to make them work. If you are not a huge fan of those gesture controls, you can simply control the drone using your phone, which is kind of cool, but I don't recommend you using it as the phone has a control range limitation of just about 100 meters. That's why I use the controller, which, same as the drone, is sturdy and well made, and it allows you to control the drone within the range of 2 kilometers. Well, I had a few weak signal warnings when the drone was really far away, but nothing bad happened and I didn't lose the drone. Not only you get those tactile buttons, but you can also do everything quicker and with more precision. For example, you can take pictures or shoot videos with dedicated buttons, control the gimbal with a wheel, and customize a few function keys the way you want. In order to start flying, you just have to turn on the Spark and connect the phone to the controller that I already paired with the drone. All of this is done using the DJI Go 4 app that is easy to use, but it has a lot of features and customization options to play with. Just to name a few, you can turn on and off obstacle avoidance system, change the controller settings and adjust some image properties. You can also control the gimbal, view the videos you shot and share them on social media, and so on. The drone can take off and return to the exact same position automatically with just a click of a button, but you can also control everything manually. The flying experience is just great as the drone is responsive and it hovers in the air if you just don't do anything. I tested the Spark on cloudy days, so the lighting conditions were far from the best. Still, the 1080p video is very good and the footage is really smooth thanks to that 2-axis gimbal. Obviously, it would be great if there was a 4K video option, but for that you would probably need to go with a more expensive Mavic Pro. The drone can fly up to 50 km per hour if you use the sports mode, which is kind of cool to play with, but I didn't really use this feature as I prefer getting that smooth footage with those cinematic shots. You can also get some sharp looking 12 megapixel still images that have plenty of detail. There are some pretty cool shooting modes like active track that basically follows a moving object, which is really useful if you want to get those cinematic shots. I found this feature to be working quite well, but since the drone does not have obstacle avoidance sensors on the sides, watch out for the trees.
Addy mode.
Tap to fly is pretty much self-explanatory mode that I didn't really use much because the quick shot feature is much more fun to use. You simply tap on the object and the Spark takes a cool selfie video by flying backwards and tracking the object. Besides other modes, you can take horizontal panoramic pictures that look pretty cool. Battery life on drones is as important as the flying experience. As I mentioned earlier, I have the basic $500 model that comes with just one battery. Well, it's great that you can charge it directly via the micro USB port, and it takes just about 1 hour and 20 minutes to do that with a supplied fast charger, or about 2 hours using a power bank. To be honest with you, it took me days to make this review because I had to test all the features of the drone, but the flight time ranges from 10 to 12 minutes. In fact, you will hear a battery warning at 30% and the drone will start landing automatically to the takeoff point at 20% left in the tank. I understand this is a tiny drone, but I wish the battery life was better. I highly recommend you to buy at least a few spare batteries that will let you enjoy flying a drone, so you won't need to worry about the battery life all the time. Also, I wish DJI included at least one spare battery even in this $500 basic model. All in all, the DJI Spark is a solid and feature-packed drone for beginners, but there are a few caveats to consider. The overall flying experience is just great and there are plenty of features, awesome flying modes, and the Spark is very easy to control. I can't assert that I mastered all the gesture controls, but given the current state of software, they don't always work as advertised, and I will make an update in the video description if anything changes in the future. My biggest frustration remains the battery life. The DJI Spark is being advertised as a $500 drone, but if you buy just the basic model, you will be quite disappointed because you will miss a controller and a spare battery. The thing is that you would actually need to spend $700 for a Fly More combo to really enjoy using the Sparky. That combo package has an extra battery, a dedicated charging hub, a remote controller, propeller guards, and some other cool accessories. At the end of the day, the DJI Spark is still a great affordable drone that has a lot of smart features that let you capture high quality video and images. Just remember that you will constantly need to recharge it or swap the batteries to enjoy your flight. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and as always guys, if you have any questions, please drop me a comment down below. Also, if you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel and if you like the videos that I produce, please subscribe. Finally, if you want to get all the latest updates, please follow TechLine HD on social media, like on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. See you soon.